The ISUPK, Kentucky. Started out of One West. It's a lot. This is the ISUPK Junior Hunter. Started out of One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the ISUPK, Kentucky. Monday night history class with scriptures and breakdown. I am an officer. So like I am priest and officer, Zabak Yasharah. And tonight's class, the topic I'm gonna be talking about is let me get this. I'm gonna be talking about the effect that STD had on God's chosen people throughout history. And when I say God's chosen people, I'm talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, woman, and child. So, you know, tonight gonna be a little touchy topic to those, because I'm gonna be talking about so-called black woman, and Native American woman. For y'all that like to be whores, I'm gonna be talking about you so-called black men, Hispanic men, Native American men, like to be sodomites, and the spreading of STDs throughout the y'all actions that y'all like to display. You know, just doing the thing that pleases you according to your flesh. You know, STD ain't really nothing new under the sun. I mean, this goes all the way back to, when I say in biblical times, goes all the way back to, like the Egyptian days. When the Egyptians, they was having like mega orgies. They was doing the most. They worship everything. They worship everything. I mean, it wasn't like they just had like one God. They had many gods that they worship. And with that being said, everything was a go with them. Everything was, they wasn't holding nothing back. And even during like Roman and Greek era, you had men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. So, their lifestyle just went on through our history. Even to this day, here in America, they make it comfortable for a woman to be a whore. They're comfortable for a man to continue to be a sodomite. And, you even got some crazy commercials I haven't seen. Like, with the HIV epidemic, they tell you continue being you. It's nobody telling you to stop. Nobody telling you your way of living is affecting other people, because these people that live these lifestyles, they go on. It's not like they just have one person that they sleep with. They have multiple partners. And STD is like playing tag. I got it, you got it. On to the next. Even down to, I'm gonna take you back. Let me see. Like even doing like the Tuskegee experiment with the oppressor, when they was experimenting, and they was giving out, they was giving this certain type of medicine, and it was done through like certain shots, and they wanted to see if how the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian body would react to, having syphilis. They gave out blankets with smallpox in it. They was going, I mean, it's crazy. They was going around giving out, these shots in neighborhoods, just only to our people, so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. They wasn't really going and experimenting on their peoples. And it's no correction, because even like to today, America do the things that is pleasing to them, but then they'll turn around and say, God bless America. You'll turn around and have people going in these churches, and you got certain people that they lifestyle, they hold certain positions in these churches, on jobs. Even shit is so wicked till, it's no correction there. They forgot all about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And a lot of our Israelite brothers and sisters, they think that the Bible was written, especially for those that are not in the truth, under commanding Jim Yohana. Y'all think that the Bible is for everybody, which is not. Because the Bible was written by black people, to black people, for black people. The Bible does not belong to everybody that is on the face of this earth. The KJV Bible is black people history. This is our book. And when I say our, I mean the Israelites. I mean the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. So when you got people that is not part of the 12 tribes, especially our oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, they have a certain lifestyle. Because when it comes down to them, they can do whatever they want to do. Because the law, statutes, and commandments wasn't given to them. But we as a people, we take on their customs and their lifestyles. We want to do what we see other nations do. And we are the only ones that catch all hell from doing so. We the ones that's at the top of the chart with HIV, AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. We the ones that contract all of these because we were the ones that was given the law. We are the ones that are in sin. We are the ones that is not keeping the Most High commandments. So these other nations, you know, they get to do what they want to do. That's why it's so heavy when it says, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So this is the Most High talking to his people, a chosen people that is special unto him, Deuteronomy 7:6. But even when the Most High said this here, and I'm kind of paraphrasing when I say this, he said, y'all honor me with your lips and with your mouth, but your heart is far away from me. So in the Bible, when the Most High is talking about your heart, he's talking about your mind. Not right here. He's talking about your mind. And it do make sense because you will sit and do this song and dance, ooh, I love him, but the minute that you walk out this so-called temple, you're going back to do what you've been doing. You're going back to be a sodomite. You're going back to be a whore. And America makes it so easy to do this.
If I could, they don't even have to wait to get out the church to
it goes on in there. Yeah.
If I could real quick, you know what I'm saying? Every choir director is a homosexual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of preachers and deacons, like the Christian church, is known for molesting little boys.
Right. Yes. That's why I love this Truth Under Command and Junior Hanukkah Brotherhood is a weapon. Why y'all say y'all?
If I could real quick, how Mark said, Salakia, if I may, the Egyptian gods was gay. And that's very true.
Right.
It was gay.
Right. That's right, Howard Mark, because I remember Captain Tazariak, when he was destroying Kemet, he was talking to, I remember he told Sinetta to explain how a man's rod is aiming at another man's mouth. And
at his own mouth.
Yeah, at his own mouth. And talking about he could get something about pregnant like that or something.
Well, that's the creation of mankind.
Yeah, and
a man with his rod aiming at his own mouth.
And Kazariak had played a videotape of something that Sinetta was saying, and you know, and it was real homo. It was real homo. But them Egyptians, something else, and they still, you know, even to this day, they still want to hold on to these people's customs.
That's the how Mark said. That's the Egyptian god Geb. I was trying to Google his name real quick to get that name for you. Howard Moore was on it though.
Yeah,
that's the Egyptian god Geb.
The water out of wine. Good look, Howard Moore. And you know, like America is modern day Egypt. America is modern day Egypt, holding on to the same customs, holding on to the same customs and the same lifestyle. And, you know, like I say, America makes it so easy for a woman to stay being a whore, and makes it more easy for a man being a sodomite. I mean, it's rapid. I mean, it is so rapid.
If I could real quick, Obama changed the laws to where a man can marry a man and a woman can marry a woman.
Right.
And they trying to push it to where, you know what I'm saying, like the separation of church and state, to where even if you believe that you can't two men or two women shouldn't marry, you have to process that marriage or do that marriage because that's what the law say.
Right. And they have people in high positions that's in that lifestyle. You got homosexuals and lesbians that are judges in the Congress. You have these people that's gonna push their agenda. And for all those that go against their agenda, you know, you're gonna be frowned upon. But these people have forgotten the ways of the Most High. They have forgotten the lifestyle. I mean, not the lifestyle. They have forgotten the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Especially if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. You know, you look upon these other people and you want to live their way instead of living according to what the Most High have said that's in the Bible. Because he have left us with instructions. He left us a way to live according to what he said instead of listening to what man said. But here in America, we want to do like these people. We want to live like these people. And then you wonder why AIDS is killing you. You wonder why you die from HIV. And it's the reason for all that. Because of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, you fell short of keeping the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High have given you. But y'all keep doing what y'all do, and y'all gonna keep getting what y'all get. And you know, like I say, this is a topic that a lot of our people don't want to take for granted. You know, because of the ways and the customs of the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of. For us, the Israelites, taking on the customs and lifestyle of these Egyptians all the way down, you know, like I said, to the Romans and Greeks. To the Romans and Greeks. And this is still going on today. I mean, even down to, like, even though we still in the month of January, America just celebrated MLK Day. And you know, O.G. Mike, he was a preacher. You know, he was looked upon as somebody that a person, you know, people that, well, believed in him, they looked on him highly. But he was taking the church money, you know, he was having orgies. I'm talking about he was having orgies with these she-devils. To the point that it was said that he watched some of his friends break these she-devils. And he was going all out. I'm talking about it was saying that he was beating on them, this and that and the third, but, you know, he had a whole nother agenda. You know, his dream was more of a wet dream than anything. He was doing the most. He was doing the most. You know, R.G. Mike. You know, they already got that slogan talking about, I want to be like Mike. Yeah, all right. But I'm gonna touch on one precept, and then we're gonna jump into a topic. Not a topic, select. We're gonna jump into an article. Let me get Deuteronomy 28:27. Yeah, and we as a people, so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, man and woman, we just gotta quit with what we're doing. We just gotta quit with what we're doing, because if we don't, the Most High, He got something for you. He got something for you, and you think that you taking on things that is pleasing to you when it's not, and you just doing things that's according to your flesh instead of doing things that is of the Most High. Because if you're doing things that is of the Most High, your STD rate will be so low till it eventually go away. But being that you is not doing the things that is of the Most High, that's why we where we at. And we're not gonna get up out of this until we repent and turn away from doing the things that we do. Because you gotta repent. You gotta come back and serve the Most High God. Because if not, you're gonna die in your sins. And die you will.
Okay. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 27, the Lord will smite thee with will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeroids, and with scabs, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed.
That's right. Because you keep doing what you do, you're going to keep getting what you get. Because HIV kills, AIDS kills, gonorrhea kills. All these little STDs, you keep catching them, and your body cannot fight it off. Because you trusted more in a physician rather than doing what the Most High said. Because them plagues that were in Egypt, the Most High will bring them on you. And He had them brought some of them here in America. And they're not going to stop.
If I could real quick, just to clear that up a little bit, we do trust in the physician. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but doing these ungodly things by having sex with multiple people without going to get your body checked to even see if you got something like that. You know what I'm saying? And just passing it on, whether you got it or not. But yeah, you pass it on and stuff like that. I think there's more what you're trying to get at, instead of just when you said not trust the physician, because we do trust the physician. We got to go to the physician. You know what I'm saying? Even the Bible says to trust in the physician.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as not going to the doctor to get yourself checked out and then continuing to do these ungodly things and having sex with multiple people, and not even multiple wives, but just having sex with multiple whores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what'll mess you up.
Because even when you have some people, and I'm going to piggyback on what you said. You have some people that will go to a physician and they will look him or her in their face and be in agreement with them, and still yet will walk out of that office and still continue to do what they do.
Yeah, if I could real quick, that's why they may, if you normally have AIDS and you go have sex with somebody else and give them AIDS, then that's a charge for that.
That's a
charge for that because you knew knowingly did that. You go to jail for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think that charge is like a attempt murder.
Attempted murder, yeah, something like that.
Charge is attempt murder. Because I want to say in some states, like, you got to make it be known. Like, you have to. I mean, you don't have to. You know, you got some people that.
If I could repeat what Mark said, so like if we wasn't sleeping with whores and catching syphilis, there would never be a Tuskegee experiment, which that is also true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
they was really trying to see how long you go before you die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we went willingly and sleeping with whores and just sleeping around like just treating sex like it's a commodity instead of a sanctified thing of the Lord, then we wouldn't have to worry about catching syphilis or AIDS or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? If we weren't more worried about trying to bust something down, you know what I'm saying, and get to know somebody, things like that, you know what I'm saying, then there would be no need for syphilis or herpes. Out on AIDS commercials where they tell you to keep living your life, but just take this pill.
Yeah, and that's crazy within itself because it ain't no type of correction within them commercials. And like I say, people look at the customs of these other nations and y'all want to follow behind them, knowing that you sick. You believing in this medicine and still seeking the Most High, to the point to where you think that deep down inside, you have a fighting chance, and you just don't want to turn away from, you don't want to turn away from what you're doing.
That sick, foul, disgusting lifestyle that you live in.
Yeah, you don't want to turn away.
They call the elemental P people, the alphabet people. They call that an alternative lifestyle. Like, what's the alternative about catching AIDS and monkeypox?
Yeah, like that's something. I don't know. They just try to make it comfortable. They try to make it comfortable and looking stupid with what they do. But let's jump into one of them articles I don't want. It don't matter. Since you like to jump into either one. But it's a saying, you keep doing what you do, you're gonna keep getting what you get.
21, the first one or the second?
It doesn't matter. And I don't know, some people just, glutton for pain. Because I'd rather serve the Most High.
They won't let me open them.
Coming out. My phone. All right.
You won't let me open it. So they're pushing on it.
Yeah, because it was come to think about it, it was a little outbreak in Massachusetts saying that about the new gonorrhea.
As a matter of fact, if I could real quick, just right here in Paducah, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was an AIDS outbreak out in just right here in Western Kentucky in Paducah. When a dude, he went to jail for selling drugs when he was younger, and did probably about a 10-year stint. You know what I'm saying? He got out when he was a little older, but he was, I don't know if he got raped or whatever, but somehow he caught AIDS in the penitentiary.
Oh yeah, it's in there.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when the way, I don't know how he caught it, if he was raped or if he was willingly doing it, whatever, however it happened, whatever, he contracted AIDS in prison. And then when he got out, he was having, you know what I'm saying, having sexual intercourse with everybody in Paducah. You know what I'm saying? And it was a girl I went to high school with that had a baby with this. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that shit, it was real bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what you was just saying, if we would be more focused on doing what the Lord said and stop doing what these other nations are doing and stop trying to feed us immoral sexual lust,
right,
then we wouldn't have to worry about things like of that nature.
Right. You know, and it's crazy, you know, because everywhere you look, they support stuff like that. I mean, they support it to the T, whether it's male or female. But when somebody come up with the truth, or somebody say, hey, you know, you need to stop living that type of lifestyle, you know, a person that'll say something as small, a little small remark like that get frowned upon.
Who are you to judge?
You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't judge me. You know, but people got demons on you.
And the irony of that is you can't judge me. Only God can judge me. Well, God does judge you in the book.
That's right.
If your pastor would just read it to you, you know that. You know what I'm saying? But since your pastor get paid not to read it to you,
yeah.
And there is a thing called separation of church and state with the laws and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And the church is basically paid to be quiet, be on the hood, don't say nothing, let them do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you get the only God can judge me, which isn't in the Bible anyway. That's a Tupac song. That's not in the Bible.
Right. Because there's a whole book judges in the Bible.
Right.
Let me read a little bit of this article. It said Massachusetts health officials announced first case concerning new gonorrhea strain. It said Boston, Massachusetts health officials on Thursday announced the state's first 2 cases of a highly concerning new gonorrhea strain. A novel strain of gonorrhea was detected in a Bay State resident who showed reduced response to multiple antibiotics in addition to another case with genetic markers that indicate a similar drug response, according to the Department of Public Health. This marks the first time that resistance or reduced response of 5 classes of antibiotics has been identified in gonorrhea in the United States, health officials noted. They had all right, I'm touching this up. Because they had something that you could watch concerning it. They had something that you could watch concerning it. So I'm gonna jump into this. It's gonorrhea alert. It said a new super strain. Salakia, Israel. All right, it said new. Why is my phone doing that? A new super strain of gonorrhea that is resistant to 5 antibiotics has been detected in U.S. patents, health officials say. 2 patents in Massachusetts caught a new multi-drug resistant strain of gonorrhea. They say the patents recovered, but the bacteria was resistant to several antibiotics. Gonorrhea is the second most common STD in the U.S., and it's on the rise. Wow.
Yeah, super strain.
It said health officials are on alert since a new strain of gonorrhea was detected this week in Massachusetts that is showing signs of resistance or reduced susceptibility to all drugs that are recommended for treatment. Two apparently unrelated cases of gonorrhea were either resistant to treatment or harder than unusual to treat. It's a lot here for me. They said that it resisted to treatment or harder than unusual to treat. And one thing I have, when I was in the oppressor army, in the military, they showed us a film about different STDs. And they said that having gonorrhea, if it's not treated, it'll go away. But it'll come back. But it ain't gonna come back where it started. Like you might get it, like you might get a big lump in your back. You might get, like your foot might swell up, or it, like when it come back worse than what it was. And then they said to get to the point where, like if it do come back, you can't get rid of it. Like they were showing films. When I say scared, man, they were showing certain things that's on the female, the vagina, like certain bumps. Nah, man. Nah. They said two apparently unrelated cases of gonorrhea were either resistant to treatment or harder than unusual to treat, with 5 classes of antibiotics, according to a press release from the state health department. Although both cases were eventually cured with ceftriaxone, the antibiotics that currently recommended to treat gonorrhea, the bacteria was not as susceptible to medication as usual. According to an alert the Massachusetts Department of Public Health sent to clinicals, in other words, it put up a fight. Wow. So that's like saying that gonorrhea then came back stronger than ever. I'm talking about stronger than ever. But this, correct me if I'm wrong, out of one, might be the most high way of saying, like, since y'all don't want to stop what y'all doing, you're going to stop one way or the other. You're going to stop one way or the other. You're going to have to turn to me.
But man, that's the knowledge of good and evil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If, you know what I'm saying? All we were supposed to know was the good. You know what I'm saying? But our ignorance and our unwillingness to listen, us being stiff-necked people, now we got to learn the evil.
Yeah.
And that's what the evil is.
Yeah. They said this is the first time that a strain of gonorrhea in the U.S. displayed resistance or reduced response to not just one, but 7 different drugs across 5 classes of antibiotics. That's crazy. That's crazy. 7 different drugs across 5 classes of antibiotics? Hey, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, y'all hearing this, y'all better stop playing with the Most High. Y'all better stop playing with the Most High and get right with God. Because if you won't get right with God, hey, after a while, these people ain't gonna have no cure for what's coming out. They fighting now. They is fighting now. So y'all keep going doing what y'all do. Go in a little club, you see a chick, she half dressed. Chick see a dude, he come in there with a little white beater on, this and that and the third. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Stop what y'all doing instead of going to a club. Listen, we got classes all over America. Overseas, we got classes. Get in a class near you. Come into the ISUPK and the Commanding General Hunter. Change your ways. You'll get right. You'll get right. You'll get right and you're going to take flight. It's going to be sad singing and flower bringing. The people going to be looking over you now. Your people's going to feel some type of way. The Clinicals Alert reported 2 other medications from the same class as ceftriaxone also show reduced efficiency in lab tests along with 4 unrelated antibiotics. Gonorrhea is on the rise in the U.S. While they used to be self-treat gonorrhea, the pool of drugs that can successfully stop the infection is shrinking. As infections are increasing in the U.S., new cases of gonorrhea increased 10% by the end of 2020 compared to the year before, according to the CDC. Overall gonorrhea cases have increased 131% since 2009, and it has become the second most common sexually transmitted infection in the U.S. The disease often has no symptoms, but when symptoms are present, they may include a burning sensation when peeing, unusual discharge from the penis or vagina, and bleeding between periods, according to the CDC. These symptoms can also indicate another STI, such as chlamydia. Gonorrhea has already evolved resistance to some antibiotics. Back in the 1990s, there were a few different antibiotics that were prescribed to treat gonorrhea. Infected patients had the choice of ceftriaxone or ceftriaxone, both cephalosporins or cephalosporin, which comes from a different class of medication. However, strains of gonorrhea that were resistant to cephalosporin soon appeared to circulate in Hawaii and on the West Coast, according to the CDC. The agency stopped recommending the drug as a gonorrhea treatment in 2007. I'm going to stop right there. This new strand of gonorrhea is serious. The only thing I can tell so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, get right with the Most High God. Stop doing what you think is right. Like it says in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, lean not on thy own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge the Most High God, and He'll direct and make thy path smooth. With that being said, you don't know enough to make it on your own. You don't. You don't. You need the Most High God. Like he said, I paraphrase when I said this. He said, he is the branch. I think we the limbs. You know, he said, without me, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. So we're gonna get some precepts here. And we sit and we really think that we doing something. Getting dressed up, doing this, doing that. We looking at her, she looking at him. And we really think that we be doing something, which we ain't doing nothing. It's got to sound serious. And this one came back stronger than ever. Monkeypox here, syphilis, AIDS ain't went nowhere, HIV ain't went nowhere. Along with other stuff. But for any Israelite, so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indians, man, woman, child. Hold on. Slack. I'm going to the wrong thing. All right. It said, we as God's chosen people, we would rather do what is pleasing to us than to serve the Most High God and to walk in His law, statutes, and commandments. So let me get Proverbs 14:12. And we just rather do things that's pleasing to the flesh. Even though they say the flesh war against the spirit and the spirit war against the flesh. We don't want to do the things that is pleasing to the Most High. We don't want to serve Him. We only want to. I'm gonna say like how I heard. I want to say Captain Tazariak said this. Say we use the Most High God like a spare tire, only when we need Him. Other than that, we going on about our business. We say yeah, we got it. But then when trouble come our way, it's ooh Lord this, ooh Lord Jesus this, ooh. But then most I say He don't even answer the prayers of sinners. So how you gonna call on Him when you effed up? Get right. Come back and serve the Most High God. Come back and serve Him wholeheartedly. And stop putting down what you do. Stop putting down what you do. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with, having a good time. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I went to my first Passover last year. And I heard Commander General Hunter say, don't nobody party like the Israelites. Y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, we partied for 7 days, respectfully. Wasn't an argument, wasn't nobody drunk, wasn't nobody disrespecting nobody. When I say we partied, don't nobody party like we partied. And I can't wait, Lord willing. Listen, man. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Me and my brother, we already suited up and ready. I mean, we ready. And we party. And it's tasteful. We party according to how the Most High God say do it. We don't take upon ourselves to do what is pleasing to us. We do what the Most High God say do. We do it according to what He said. Because if you go off of what your flesh do, people have certain spirits on them. And them spirits gonna take y'all to your grave. Them spirits will take you to your grave. Because they will have you doing things that they do. it says a spirit will leave the body and go get 7 more spirits worse than what he is, and I come back and enter into you. And some of y'all don't have the strength to fight off not even one. So imagine 7 more coming back. You ain't even got the spirit to fight off one. So you know you ain't gonna fight off no 7 more when you can't even deal with one. That's why I say, get into the ISUPK and the Commander General Honor. It'd be the best thing you ever did for your soul. It'd be the best thing you ever did for your soul. And, you know, you owe it to yourself. You gotta stop with the foolishness that you've been doing. Come back and serve the Most High. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with serving the Most High? I'm gonna say like how my mama used to always tell me. She said, boy, you done tried everything else. She said, now you need to try God. And, you know, I wish that my mother was alive to see me now. You know, I know she'll hug my neck. Because as I sit here today doing this class, you know, if I wasn't in the ISUPK and the Commander General Honor, I wouldn't have been able to have full custody of my son. I wouldn't have been able to do the things that I do, because I still would have been in the world. But coming in the ISUPK under Commander General Honor, I'm able to go and provide for me and my son. I'm able to serve the Most High according to the laws, statutes, and commandments. I am able to do that. And I do everything I do according to what the Most High said. I don't do what I feel like is pleasing to me no more.
Yeah. Book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
And them ways that lead to death is the STDs. Man sleeping with another man. Woman sleeping with another woman. You know, even down to these nations taking on bestiality. Y'all sleeping with animals. Like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
If I could real quick, when it say there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, that's like how the Christian church taught you that the laws are done away with. You can just do whatever you want to do.
Right.
As long as you believe in God in your heart, whatever that mess is that they say. You know what I'm saying? That's why they accept homosexuality in the church.
Right, yeah.
There's a homosexual choir director in every church. And all of them say all these old whores in the church that done let niggas come in and run through them. You know what I'm saying? Now God is their man or Jesus is their man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all that. And that's God knows my heart and all that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? There's the ways that seem right into it, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But those same ways that seem right to you, like you just said, those ways end up are the ways of death. Right. That's how you're gonna end up in death. Is because you think, well, God knows my heart, that you still not doing things that God told you not to do. You're still living that sin. You're still living that vile, disgusting lifestyle. You call it alternative lifestyle or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's still a violent, disgusting lifestyle to the Most High. Right. And if you don't change that way, then you're going to end up in death. Yeah. Whether it come the easy way or the hard way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may come instant, but you know what I'm saying? What they call the AIDS, that's a slow death. You know what I'm saying? If you don't cure chlamydia or gonorrhea, that's a slow death.
I'm I'm a sidebar real quick. I met a brother one time. Brother lived by himself. He didn't have no kids. He was a truck driver. But this was his thing. Love going to strip club. And for some reason, I don't know, the Most High just put this on my spirit to tell him this. I said, yo, man, I said, that's dangerous. Because I said, you can get set up like that. After me telling him that, it wasn't even 5 months later. They found him in a hotel dead. One of them whores had him set up, found him in the hotel dead, robbed. He got robbed, murdered.
Oh yeah, they're known for that. What's her name? Cardi B, didn't she brag about how she used to drug niggas and get them robbed? And that happens all day, every day.
That was their thing. But you know, brother just you know, a little innocent on that. But you know, he's kind of messed up in his ways. I'm gonna run through something. I'm gonna run through real quick. It say, but not keeping the commandment. A lot of your STD come from this type of lifestyle, and it's still going on. Like Deuteronomy 23:17. A lot of STDs come out of acts like this. Leviticus 19:29, Leviticus 20, verse 13. It said, but we have become a stiff-necked people that we take pleasure in doing things that are pleasing to us until the Most High does this. Exodus 15:26. It said, but if you keep being a whore and a sodomite and keep passing STDs, this is what the Most High would do. Deuteronomy 32:39. It said, but it's never too late for us as Israelites to stop spreading STDs. All we gotta do is this. 2 Chronicles 7:14. It said, but for some of our peoples, and when I say our peoples, I'm talking about so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, Indian, man and woman. It say, but for some of our peoples, we would do this. We would do this instead. 2 Chronicles 16:12. That's why it's a must that we as a people must repent and turn away from our wicked ways and do this. And we won't have to worry about STDs. Exodus 23:25. But if we are listening to doctors, that's all for women being whores and men being homos, this will be the outcome. And let me get Mark 25. Let me get Salaki. Mark 5, verse 26. Because you know, this right here, to me, this right here, you know, Dylan talking on this topic right here about STDs. This right here is the scripture has a little to it, I like this scripture.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 26. And he suffered, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse.
Yeah, because when you look at these commercials, and they keep telling you to keep living your life, keep going on, you're going to spend money on medicine. But you know, prevention is better than cure, because had you to stop doing what you were doing and sought out the Most High God and sought out his ways, you wouldn't have had to worry about spending money on medicine. You wouldn't have had to worry about keep going back and forth to see this physician. Only thing you had to do was repent and turn away from your wicked ways and serve the Most High wholeheartedly. And then you, like it says in Deuteronomy 32:39, I say, let me see if I got it right. Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32, 39. How the Most High said, how he killed, I'm paraphrasing when I said how he killed, how he make alive, how he wound, how he healed. So, the Most High, he does these things. The Most High said that, there's no other God but me. There's no other God besides me. Kind of paraphrasing. So, when you look at Mark 5:26, how the Most High said that, it grew worse. The Most High is telling you, you was not coming to me. But the Most High also said that, go and seek a physician. But if you keep staying in your ways and keep doing what you do, it's going to get worse. And eventually it's going to result in a death. Because you didn't seek after the Most High. You stayed in doing what you wanted to do. And you done took on unfamiliar spirits that made you not seek after the Most High. Made you comfortable in your sin. Because sin will take you farther than you want to go. Sin will keep you longer than you want to stay. Because it ain't no different than you looking at a pig that's wallowing in mud. He ain't gonna do nothing but get up and go eat and go right back to what he was doing. So with that being said, the only time a person take time out from sinning is when they sleep. And the minute they wake back up, right back at it. Right back at it. But for today, for all of y'all that's out there, stop doing what you do. Then you ain't got to worry about no STD. Get into the ISUPK under Commander Jimmy Hunter and serve the Most High. Because once you come into the ISUPK under Commander Jimmy Hunter, you're going to learn how to serve the Most High. And you ain't going to have time to be doing the things of this world. Because you're going to be too busy serving the Most High. And with that being said, I'm going to salute the brothers. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat Rockathon. To the sisters, Yahweh Shemar, Salaka. Yahweh Shemar, El Atham, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Class Smith.